Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with horse racing and football tips for Saturday the 16th of September. Well, I think we need a bit of a change of look. So do me a favour, please. Click that like button. Don't need to do anything else. Don't even bother subscribing. Just click that like. And I know that you're wishing good luck for the day. Anyway, so the total stake is £30. So the football bet, if that comes up, the over 2.5 goals treble, we win £2 on the day, no matter what, without a horse even running. So if you can't stake £30, follow me in exactly, but split the entire stake in half, and then you're playing some £15 for the day. So let me get into it. So the horse racing first. What I've had is I've had one bet, and I've little extras with it. So because I've had singles, I've had a 10p each way Heinz that, as you can see, comes to £11.40. I've then had 10p each way doubles. So far we've had no singles. However, I have also had 50p each way singles and a 30p each way single, and it comes to £20. I have had the 30p each way single on no particular horse. Well, I have, but it's like I haven't chose that horse particularly to have 30p each one. It was just the bottom horse when I put the bet on to round it up to £20. And then I've had a £10 football bet. So let's get into the horse racing, and I'm going to gradually talk you through it. So the first selection is Broad Appeal at 11 to 1 in the 140 at Bath, paying 4 places instead of 3. It's that man again, Jonathan Portman. If I don't back him, he'll win. He's having a cracking season. We've actually followed him pretty much all at the right times. He got that 3 out of 3 up for us when we had 3 winners. Yeah, seems I think they're about 17 years ago. Now, it weren't that long ago, but yeah, we had that treble up. So that was a nice bet at the time. This wasn't the horse, but he's well handicapped, and he's got a couple tomorrow at the same meeting where I think they've both got chances. So that's the first selection. The second selection, as you're well aware if you had the bet last week, was and is this week, Anaf at 14 to 1 in the 225 at Doncaster, paying 7 places instead of 4. And I'm going to show you something now. And I'm not going to talk over the commentary because I did that last time. It was a mistake. So the horse you're looking for is out of stall 6. Yeah. When the stalls open, stall 7 and 5 come together and squeeze stall 6 out. It's held up towards the back. I'm going to try and hover my mouse over a bit later on during the race. And what you'll notice is these are the top sprinters in this country. I think the top ones are decent, but I think all the the Shaquille's decent, a bit in and out, but I think there's quite a bit of a gap below them. But this horse was travelling the best of everything. Even the winner, in my opinion, with 2 furlong to go, could not get a run. So let's watch this race. So stall 6, keep an eye out. And I shall pause it, then move my cursor.
They're off for the Betfair Sprint Cup. Shaquille out of stall 5, purple and white, jumped perfectly well. He's right on terms on the right-hand side. Cardem is up there with him in the pink and green, and Millstream in the white cap. Extreme left isolated his swing along. Down the centre, Regional, a sheepskin noseband is showing pace with Believing in the light blue and the grey. Garris is up there, which should have been a ring in the Antarctic in the dark blue, and then Run to Freedom and St. Lawrence. Over on the right-hand side, Shaquille leading that cluster, purple and white, and Millstream and Rumstar, and then Sacred and Cardem. Anaf is further back from Lazoo. Rohan is well back, and they're already flashing beyond the halfway stage and going along at more than 40 miles an hour towards the right.
Right, watch them now. They are now beginning to come under pressure, especially as they are reaching the 2 furlong pole. That's our horse there, the green one with the noseband.
Shaquille, purple sleeves, Millstream the yellow sleeves. On the extreme right is Rumstar, Regional down the centre and a sheepskin noseband. On the left of He Then Believing with a dark cap. Millstream has powered through to take over, and Shaquille has dropped away very sharply. Regional is now coming through inside the furlong. Swing along down the near side, Believing is bang there. They're across the track. Swing along down the stand side, Believing in the centre. Regional should have been a ring, a power pack late finish. It's Regional, nose down to win the Betfair Sprint Cup from Should Have Been a Ring and Believing, and then Swing Along.
Sorry, I'm just finishing off an ice cream. So that was a Group 1. That's the best kind of race there is. Well, this is now a handicap. And last time this horse ran in a handicap, it won. Doesn't mean it's going to win tomorrow. It's drawn 12 tomorrow at Doncaster. Last year, it was soft ground and it favoured massively low numbers. I do believe, though, that Chipstead last year, I think it won out of 12 last year. Not exactly sure, but I think so. A lot of fancied horses are drawn low, but the ground is quickening up. It's still going to be something like good to soft probably all over tomorrow. But I think the draw advantage may gradually edge away from the low numbers, and I think personally it could be straight down the middle. So let me get back onto the bet. So yeah, as I said, the selection is, although it's giving weight to everything, I do think it could travel very well. And they're paying 7. I know it's not 66 to 1 like it was last time, but 14 to 1. Don't get me wrong, it could get bigger and it might be worth leaving the prices. But I think 14 to 1 is a decent price for a horse that travels so well when a lot of the others will be coming off the bridle, especially with 2 furlongs going on, be under pressure. The third selection is Russian Rumour at 16 to 1 in the 325 at Bath, paying 4 places instead of 3. It's a bit in and out. It runs well at Bath. It's Jonathan Portman again, and I think it's got a decent chance. And that's basically it all about that horse. Fourth selection is Tower of London at 15 to 2 in the 335 at Doncaster in the St Ledger, paying 4 places instead of 3. This is right behind the principals on form. 15 to 2. I thought it to be about 10s or 12s, to be honest. So that probably illustrates how much they maybe fancy it. They've got the favourite and they've got 2 outsiders as well as this horse in the race. It is on the improve. I expect John Gosden's to be not too far away, but I don't think there's a great deal between the favourite and the outside of the lot. I'll be honest about that. You only need a bit of improvement from the outside of the lot. It's got every chance, especially with him paying the first 4. The fifth selection is Urban Outlook at 425 at Chester, paying 4 places instead of 3. Well, I looked at the breeding on this, and it's by Cityscape, the sire Cityscape. The dam, and I forgot what it is. I think it's Dan's Casual Look, which is a very well-known horse for the Baldings. I think it was trained by Ian Balding. Actually, that's how long ago it was. It was progressive. It progressed with age. It didn't mind soft ground. It's not going to be crazy soft at Chester tomorrow. But as I said, it's by Cityscape, the sire. When I looked on Cityscape on the all-weather stats, I looked on flat stats, and it said that there are 24 backing alerts and 39 laying alerts, and it gave it out as a bit of a negative. So obviously, there's more people wanting to lay it, or having an alert to lay it, than there is to back it. That tells me that it's not exactly a fan of the all-weather. So this is where it gets interesting, because this horse has only ran on the all-weather so far, so it's not done a great deal either. And it's ran, the race tomorrow at Chester, I think it's 1 mile 6. It's never been that far, but it is bred to want that far. So therefore, it is handicapped over a shorter distance than it wants. So obviously, it's been penalised by it, but it's been disadvantaged by running over a distance that's too short for it. I think a mile and 2, I think it's been. And then you've got it running on the all-weather, which is actually what they're telling you. The stat experts on flat stats, the people who subscribe, they're actually there's more lay bets there, or lay alerts for when it runs on the all-weather. So actually, this horse is running the all-weather when it's also at a disadvantage. So technically, you've got a very well handicapped horse going to Chester with conditions to suit. So I think it's a very interesting, although I do think it's a very competitive handicap, and that's not an excuse. If it was too competitive, I wouldn't have backed this horse, but I do think it's got a chance. And the final selection is Pisanello at 16 to 1 in the 520 at Doncaster, paying 5 places instead of 3. This horse I tipped up last time. I think it started off at 6 to 1. It was back down into 11 to 4 favourite, and it came placed in the race last year. This was the race at Thirsk, and it ran an absolute stinker. I couldn't see how it could finish out the first 4, and it came about 6th, I think it was. Well, it wouldn't be a surprise if it just popped up again. Yeah, let's just draw a line through that last run, and it's got every chance again. 16-1 is too big a price. So if I had to give you, so both of the Jonathan Portman horses are horses that I can't ignore, but because of Jonathan Portman, and I think they've both got a chance. The nap of the day will probably be Anaf. It's got a tough ask. Obviously, it's not really a nap to win, but I do nap it to have a very good chance to at least place, especially with playing 7 runners. Tower of London, I think it's got a cracking chance, and I don't think it's the out. I personally think it's the best of the AP O'Brien horses. Urban Outlook is the most interesting, and Pisanello, if you put a line through its last bit of form, it's got every chance. So that's the selections for the football. All right then, for the horse racing. Let me quickly get onto the football. So all I need to do is show you one bet. So you know the staking pattern. So it's £6 over 2.5 goals treble, £3 over 3.5 gold treble, and £1 over 4.5 gold treble. And all you need to know is the matches. So I'm going to show you the over 3.5 matches. They're all the matches are the same in each bet. So it's the Colchester versus Mansfield. Well, you can always rely on Mansfield scoring and conceding. So so that'll be 0-0 tomorrow. Norwich versus Stoke. Norwich and Mansfield are both in my anti-post bet. And finally, Derby and Portsmouth, which is probably the dodgiest one. I was tempted to put Tottenham and Sheffield United, because I do think Tottenham will rip Sheffield United to bits. However, I've gone for Derby versus Portsmouth. So, as I said, it's the same 3 matches in all bets. So it's £6 over 2.5 goals, £3 over 3.5 goals, and £1 over 4.5 goals. So the very best of luck. We're 12 minutes in. If you listen to this far, put 12 minutes in the comments below. Tell me what you fancy below. Be very interesting. I'll have a good look through. So the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.